Welcome back to Straight Shoot, guys. Today, Jack and I are bringing back an old segment that we used to do on this channel, blind ranking, but him and I must agree on the ranking spot. So we are going to have 10 potentials, but not know what the next addition to the conversation is going to be. And today's blind ranking is AEW to WWE wrestlers. So wrestlers from AEW that have jumped over to WWE and where they rank out of 10. So obviously we have the likes potentially of Cody Rhodes. We have the Jade Cargills. Even though he was already part of WWE at one point, we have the CM Punks of the world, etc., etc. Jack, I know when I brought this up to you, you were kind of excited about this segment because you and I, since joining together, have been really serious, almost like pundits or analysts when it comes to WWE and pro wrestling. I think tonight we're just gonna have some fun.
I feel like we're gonna agree on most of the bigger ones, say like 1, 2, 3, 4. But I'm interested to see like 5 through 10 where we land some of these superstars.
Yeah, and with this one too, like at the end of it, we are both allowed to have one alteration. So if I completely disagree on something, I can change it. If you completely disagree on something, you can change it. And the cool part is we'll do a heads or tails at the end of the video. And if you go first and you decide to change one, I can alter it right back. So this is the cool part about this. I have a lot of fun with it. Guys, in the comment section below, please give us some categories that you would like us to do in the future. We do read every comment and it definitely helps with the engagement. Now, moving on to the video. On the first one, not looking, and we have... Ooh, this is an interesting one to start with. Ethan Paige.
Oh man, I forgot he was in AEW.
Yeah, so with these ones, it might not be directly the top tier guys that have come. We could have, you know, the Cody Rhodes and the CM Punks of the world, or we could have, you know, the Ethan Pages, or even like the Cora Jades of the world. You know what I mean? So Ethan Page, where are we going to talk about this one?
Ethan Page is on the trajectory to be one of the best heels in this modern day WWE. We talked about the Braun Breakers and the Bronson Reeds being the future WrestleMania main eventers for WWE. Ethan Page, to me, has to be put on that short list of guys that could be future WrestleMania main eventers. I look at him almost, I mean, they've given him screen time with The Rock of all people on NXT. Like, they believe in Ethan Page.
Yeah. Ethan Page.
Out of 10, dude? Like, you want to talk about him a little bit more, or do you want me to give my actual
let me jump in quick, because I'm going to completely agree with you. Ethan Page could be a future sadistic version of like a heel Ric Flair, and I know that's a big shout, but you remember how Ric Flair was that diabolical heel, the thumb to the eye, and everything that Triple H was when it came. Ethan Page, for me, should be the fourth man in this new Seth Rollins faction that we have. I think he's the perfect fit for what they're going for, especially when they need to break the faction up. Ethan Page is the Seth Rollins of the Shield. This is where I rank Ethan Page. Ethan Page is going to be one of the most diabolical heels. Even though he's in his late 30s, he's going to be around for a long time. I rate Ethan Page, but our biggest concern is, who do we have else that is jumping over from AEW to WWE? For me, this is a good one to start in the middle of the pack. I'm going with an even 5.
Oh, dude, we agree right off the bat. I was going to go 4 or 5. I like 5, though.
Perfect. I like the idea. Just considering you have to look at some of the talent that's jumped over and you're like, what value do they bring? But Ethan Page, for me, even 5. All right, so on to our next one. Oh, okay. Another good one. Another good AEW talent that's come over, Penta. Penta for me. Now, if you guys, if we had put down like the Lucha Brothers, this might have been a whole different conversation. I think what Penta has brought over as a singles competitor is good, but I'm not putting Penta in the world title and the undisputed title picture. I'm putting him in the IC and the US title picture. as a tag team as the Lucha Brothers, this is a completely different story. I could see them in the top 3. But as Penta, you know what? He's had a really good run, but already I feel it's kind of drifting off, even though he's done some big things as of recently. I think he needs Rey Fenix, and when the draft comes, having the Lucha Brothers reunite and help dominate maybe the Monday Night Raw tag division, great. I'm happy with it. But Penta, I'm just going to jump in. You can give me your ideas. I'm going with 7 with Penta.
See, that's the thing, because you don't know when the Ricky Starks and the Rey Phoenixes and the Blake Monroes / Mariah Mays are going to come into this. 7's a safe choice. I probably would have gone 6. Okay. But I can agree on 7.
Can you agree?
I can agree on 7 because I don't know who else is coming.
Okay, cool. So we'll agree 7 on Penta. All right. Next one for the draw. Wow, we're going safe this whole run so far. Andrade. Now this is interesting because we have a guy released from WWE, went and had some great feuds in AEW. And that's the one thing that people tend to forget. Like his stuff with Buddy Murphy, his stuff with Alistair over in AEW, those matches were bangers. Like you could rank them in like the match of the year. But Andrade coming back over to WWE, I still think they should have put him back with Zelina. I think that would have raised his stock a little bit. And I don't want to take away from anything that you're about to say. But for me, Andrade being back is very good now with the AAA relationship. But if AAA was not a potential for Andrade to go do some big things against, you know, who's the champion down there right now? Cannot think of it right now. But going and doing work with AAA, I think Andrade's return would have fallen a little flat for me. So I'll give you my rank
about Vikingo.
Vikingo. Listen, Andrade versus Vikingo would be a 5-star banger. But if they didn't have the option at AAA, kind of like what they're doing with Santos and his entire crew, I would be worried for, you know, their well-being in WWE. But now that they have all these options with these relationships, Andrade is actually a really good pull for WWE to have on their roster.
Man, dude, every time I think I've figured out every single AEW guy that's gone back to WWE, I keep forgetting. So Andrade is going to be on this list. Rusev is probably going to be in there somewhere. Ricky Starks or Ricky Saints, whatever the hell you want to call him. I love Andrade. I think he was way better booked in AEW.
Yes.
I thought his NXT run during the NXT Gold and Black era was his best run with Zelina Vega.
Yep.
He didn't eclipse to that when they put him on the main roster the first time, and then when he left and joined AEW, of course, he had a great run, and then he came back, and it was exciting at first, but again, he really hasn't been booked in a way that has brought out the best in him.
Mm-hmm.
And you're right, the whole AAA collaboration and acquisition does help him, I think, on that side. I'm going to put Andrade at a safe number 9.
Ooh, I can't go that low. I cannot go that low for Andrade just because of potentials that you mentioned.
On a 10?
I was going to go with a 6.
You said I can't go that high or that low.
Yeah, I can't go low. You have
high.
Sorry, 10 is a low ranking. We're going 1 to 10.
So 10 is the best one.
10 is the worst one. You put him at 9.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh no, I can't. I can't go that close to 10. I can go 6. And if you want to meet me at 8, I'll meet you at 8. But I cannot go 9.
I think there's going to be better ones. Let's do 8.
8? Okay.
When you're talking about from an in-ring wrestling ability, yeah, there's far few that are better than Andrade. From a booking standpoint, he has not looked strong.
No, he hasn't, and that's why I won't say 4. But 9, there's others that you mentioned. But then again, it might be a personal bias. So I'm going to go with I'm happy at 8. Hey, we have that one that we can switch at the end. We'll go from there. But yeah, I can't go 9.
So we have 5, 7, and 8 right now.
5, 7, and 8 so far.
Okay.
All right. What do we got next?
All right. Give me a Cody. Give me
We
a
need
Punk
a big
so
one.
I can put my king.
I think we have one that we're going to agree on real quick. Cora Jade.
10.
Wow. Okay. Reasoning.
What were you gonna say?
I was gonna go 9, 10 as well. Why are you so adamant on 10? Because her AEW run was garbage, but her
she's years away from reaching her full potential, and I think it's there.
oh yeah,
She's been mentored by the people that she's wanted to be mentored by. How many long-term stories have you seen of someone meeting their childhood hero and that being their inspiration to wanting to become what you ended up becoming, and then that childhood hero mentoring you once you finally got to the top of the mountain in what you wanted to accomplish? And I mean, that's Cora Jade and CM Punk's relationship right there.
Mm-hmm.
Even when WWE released her recently, CM Punk was the first to reach out and kind of give her advice, right? Like, not too many people get that experience in life. I think the potential's there. I think we're years away from seeing it. Her AEW run was very underwhelming, as you alluded to.
Yeah.
Her WWE run in NXT was solid, but obviously not solid enough.
Yeah.
Because they want her to get better. They want her to get stronger. I don't think we've seen the last of Cora Jade in a WWE ring, but we've seen the last of her for now. And what she does moving forward is going to dictate where we get, because she could easily just blow up and leave wrestling. I mean, there was talks of her starting an OnlyFans page and going into that route. Like that's not going to help her get back to the WWE. If anything, we saw it with Mandy Rose. It's going to hurt her.
Dude,
they're not going to want to bring her back. To me, Cora Jade, there's potential there, but I put her at 10.
You just changed my mind as you were talking, and I was thinking about the OnlyFans situation. And I think she goes the Mandy Rose because route, because Mandy Rose could have easily come back to wrestling. Like WWE would have taken Mandy Rose back if she had dropped the OnlyFans. I think Cora Jade now has seen what she can make without really doing anything. I know she's still wrestling on the indies. I'm actually going to agree with you. You changed my mind. I'm going with 10. I'm going with 10 with Cora Jade.
Here's the thing. Like, anybody could start an OnlyFans page. It's kind of like starting a YouTube channel, if I'm being quite honest.
Yep.
There's great ones that make a ton of money, and then there's people that don't make anything because they're not as good or as pretty as they thought they were, and they don't make the same money that the Mandy Roses of the world are making, you know?
Yeah.
Not like, they kind of make it seem like anybody that starts an OnlyFans makes a ton of money. Like, it's not that way,
No.
you know?
No.
It's oversaturated. A lot of people don't make money. There's still that 1% of people that make a ton of money in it. And we'll see what happens there if she ends up doing that. But to me, I feel like there's a lot of potential. It just hasn't been reached yet. So that's why I put her at 10. And I still feel like we have a ton of people on this list that are not going to be 10s.
She did do it, by the way. So
I think she started for sure.
She did start. She just did apparently she just did a collab with Mandy Rose. So
yeah, she did. I did see that. Yeah.
Anyways, all right. So Cora Jade at number 10. So we've got 7, 8, 5, and 10. Oh, one.
Now I'm scared we're gonna get a real jobber.
It's actually kind of funny. It's not someone a jobber. It is someone you brought up already. It is Mariah May, aka Blake Monroe. I'm gonna take this one. I'm going with 4.
She definitely has to be in the first half of the top 5. Because we don't have a 6 yet or a 7.
We don't have. We have 7. We have 5. We have 8, and we have 10. I think there's 3 ahead if they are on this list that are ahead of Mariah May. This might be the one I change if there's no one else that I feel deserves to be in the number 3 spot. But I'm going Mariah May at 4 just because of her star power. Overall, the WWE universe has taken to her faster than I think any female has been taken to coming to the main roster as a debutante. Like Jade, okay, people were like, okay, Jade's here. But everyone had reservations about Jade's in-ring abilities. Nobody has reservations about Mariah May or Blake Monroe's in-ring ability. her star power, her persona, everything about Mariah May makes her a WrestleMania main eventer for the next 5 years when she gets to the main roster. Nobody's doubting that. So and then obviously what she did in AEW with Toni Storm, it was the feud of the year in AEW. Yes, Hangman Swerve you can talk about. Toni Storm and Mariah May told such a better story in my mind. Hangman Swerve was violent. Mariah May versus Toni Storm was it was a cinematic movie. You could have made it a movie. So for me, Mariah May, what she is about to do in WWE, she's up there 4.
Yeah, I agree. She's a 4 because I think there's going to be other people on this list that deserve a number 6 or a number 9, and she's not 1, 2, or 3 because I feel like there's still the needle movers that we have yet to get to if we get to them. But she is, like I said with Cora Jade, she's got potential, but it's not there yet. Blake Monroe has a ton of potential, and the timing couldn't be more perfect for her. So she's a solid number 4.
All right, on to the next one. Oh, shit. All right, we're going back-to-back females. Well, actually, back-to-back females. We have Jade Cargill. You want to take this one?
See, this is a tough situation. This is a tough situation, Steve, because she definitely is, to me, outside of Mariah May because of the timing and her recency bias of being a big star and moving over. Jade Cargill was like the true needle mover from the women's division in AEW when she came over to WWE. Outside of Cody Rhodes, that was like the first huge AEW known signee for WWE, which to me puts her at number 3.
Ooh, I see.
And it's tough because we're getting down to the nitty gritty of this list. To me, she's not a 6. I just don't look at her as a back half person. When you talk about what Jade Cargill's potential is and what she's probably going to do over the next 6 months here, now that she's in the WWE women's title scene, of what she can do, I think she's a 3.
I agree, but I'm thinking if there's anyone else on this list, like you've got to look at, we've got potentially Cody. We've got potentially Punk.
Cody and Punk are 1 and 2 to me.
Yeah. Who else is there that we could put into... okay.
That's the thing. So Jade Cargill, I think, is a solid number 3 because of the reasons I said. Cody and Punk are definitely 1 and 2. And then I'm thinking of like Ricky Saints. He'd be a solid 6. Rusev. He'd be a solid... I mean, I think I'd put him less than 9, but we're running out of spots, right?
Okay.
See, I don't put the Rusevs and the Ricky Starks of the world in the front half.
Okay.
To me, Jade Cargill was a huge signing, and she has a ton of potential.
Okay. I will give you 3 for. I will jump up. I was gonna go.
I mean, are we truly missing another needle mover that I'm not thinking about right now? That would
not that
be
I can think
3?
of. Not that I can think of. I will go Jade Cargill at 3 because definitely everything you said. Completely agree with it. I just can't find that number 3 on this list. If the people that we're saying are here, I can't find that number 3 right now. So I'll go with that. Okay, number 3 for Jade Cargill. All right. What's this? Oh. Wow. Okay. This is stretching my knowledge of AEW to WWE. Another female, Blair Davenport. I'm thinking back.
And again, I thought you were gonna change my mind about Jade Cargill immediately.
No.
Yeah, I didn't really think of that one either. There's a lot that I didn't think of Andrade.
I think Blair Davenport.
I'm sure Ray Phoenix's name is gonna pop up at some point, but Blake I think deserves to be. I would put her at 9.
Yeah, I'm gonna put her at 9 because I think it was 2001 during the pandemic that she was involved in AEW. I don't recall her AEW run. Listen, her NXT UK run, so good. I don't know how they fumbled Blair Davenport. I think the main roster really did her dirty. I'm a big fan of Blair Davenport, but she she didn't do on the main roster what Mariah May is capable of doing, if that makes sense. On the indies, Blair Davenport, great talent. AEW, I'm pretty sure maybe she did well, but I don't have enough to talk about on the AEW side of it because I personally, up until 5 seconds ago, totally forgot that she was there. I'll go with 9.
So we got 1, 2, and 6 now.
We have 1, 2, and 6. This is going to be interesting. All right. And first one. Well, I think we both are going on the same route as this one. Finally, a top 2. Cody Rhodes.
Whoa. Number 1,
Yeah.
and you know the reasons why.
Yeah.
There is no AEW without Cody Rhodes. He comes back to WWE and is an immediate needle mover into this next generation. No one takes number 1 spot, and he's the king. So I think the king deserves the top spot.
You can say the king deserves the top spot. I'm going on a different avenue of this. From someone who was undesirable to undeniable, Cody Rhodes being Stardust, and I actually saw a clip of a Michael Cole Stardust interview from many years ago the other day. And if you actually watch it back, you don't understand how good Stardust actually was. How much Cody...
Oh, dude, it's crazy because he tries to forget about Stardust because it was such a depressing era of his life.
Yep.
But he went into that thing 110%. I mean, some of those promo works were great.
Stardust was actually the modern day Mankind from the Boiler Room. That is what I loved about Stardust. So I cannot disagree with you. Cody Rhodes is number 1.
Side note, how bad were those Michael Cole interviews that he used to have with like Triple H when he was in the Authority? Like backstage in like a black room with 2 chairs. Like those were such cheesy interviews that they had back then.
Dude, this has gone from ranking AEW to WWE to shooting on Michael Cole. I love it. I'm happy about it.
How bad those interviews were? Like
it was
those kayfabe interviews that they used to do.
You're sitting in a studio right now. I'm pretty sure you have a photography backdrop somewhere in one of those many studios that you have access to. It's basically put a dim light, 2 metal chairs that they use to hit somebody with, and try and do some form of, kayfabe interview. Like you just said, like so bad. Like now, thank God we've moved into a generation of vignettes, and even the backstage interviews, they look more real. And I do believe WWE did steal that from the indies and like AEW, like the Tony Schiavone interviews from AEW and also from WCW. They felt more real. Credit to Eric Bischoff on that as well. Those felt more real. But yeah, I agree. Cody Rhodes 100% number 1.
So we have number 2 and number 6 now, and this is AEW to WWE, correct?
Yeah.
So like there would be no like Bryan Danielson on this list.
Yes, there would be.
Jericho.
Really? Daniels.
Because that's WWE to AEW.
Oh no, they have to come back. Sorry, I apologize. They have to come back to WWE. So Who do we got? Lexis King.
6. I don't even. I mean, she should be 10 if it was there.
Over Blair Davenport and Cora Jade?
I think so.
Ooh, I disagree because I think he's got opportunity. They just need to find it for him.
That's what I'm saying. Like another guy that has potential, but he hasn't eclipsed it yet.
Yeah, but Blair Davenport and Jade are not even with the company anymore.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay.
All right, that's a hypothetical because we're running out. But
okay, so Lexis King is number 6. So I'm curious.
I feel like we're gonna get like a Rusev here, or like someone that just doesn't deserve to, because CM Punk's the only guy that deserves to. In my opinion.
Exactly. And again, I'm very curious on.
Regardless, this is a pretty damn near perfect list.
I think we did a good job here.
Next pick of the hat, it might screw all of it up. So let's see who it is.
I think we have a good one here. I'm hoping, I'm hoping this isn't like a backstage interviewer or something. Like we can go anywhere with this. So
yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm happy. I'm happy. It's CM Punk. So
that was a perfect list.
CM Punk at number 2. Okay. I'm gonna say this. Pick a number between 1 and 2.
2.
It's 2. Okay. You have the opportunity to move someone on this list. Do you want to move someone on this list? I do.
So we got Rhodes, Punk, Cargill, Monroe,
Ethan Page, Lexis King, Penta, Andrade, Blair Davenport, and Cora Jade.
I'd switch Penta to 6.
Penta to 6?
Yeah.
And Lexis King to 7. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not going to disagree with that. I am going to make a...
Are you thinking Andrade?
No, I'm going to make a subtle change. Because you know how I am. I am a mark for Mariah May, Blake Monroe. You're going to
put her at 3?
I'm putting her at 3.
Interesting.
I'm putting her at 3. Just overall in ring. It has nothing to do with promo, how she looks, what kind of marketability she has. It's in ring. I think Mariah May in ring is cleaner than Jade Cargill.
I feel like your answer would have been different overall if we did this a year ago versus doing it now. I feel like there's a tad bit of recency bias because she's so hot right now versus Jade Cargill, who really hasn't hit her moment yet as a professional wrestler, even though she's got the utmost potential and she was a huge free agent signing. I feel like Blake Monroe right now is the hottest women's wrestler versus a year ago. She wasn't. You can look at
it that way. I look at it as I followed her since Progress. So before Japan. And I saw the potential. So that's just my ability, my perspective on it. I know where she can go. This is the next Becky Lynch. You know what I mean? Jade Cargill is the next Bianca Belair. You know, there's a future feud here between the two, which is going to be incredible, whoever comes out on top. But, I gotta be me. I know I know Mariah May. I've seen Jade Cargill in ring. That's the only thing I'm changing. They're both very good on the mic. They're both have an incredible look. If you look back at Night of Champions, Jade's look, she's a fucking superhero, dude. She's a superhero. And she's going to be a multiple time women's world champion. But for me, from what I've seen, I think overall right now, the total package, especially with the in-ring side of things, it's Mariah May, Blake Monroe. So, but guys, let us know. We've got Cody at 1, Punk at 2. We've got, I've moved it. So we've got Blake at 3, Jade at 4, Ethan Page at 5, Penta at 6, Lexis King at 7. We've got Andrade at 8, Blair Davenport at 9, and Cora Jade at 10. Let us know where you guys would have ranked anyone and comment down below what you believe should be the next rating that Jack and I do. All our socials are down below. Jack, I'll see you on the next one.
That was damn near